Hey everybody, Chris here. So with Bitcoin back above 30,000 and Dogecoin just touching 7 cents today, we're looking at higher highs over what we've seen over the past month or so. And actually the lows aren't dropping as much either. So this is a good trend. We could be in this bull market here starting earlier than we thought. We're going to look at some of the 4-year cycles and what our targets are as we look forward as well, and what is driving this buying action right now in crypto. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that little notification bell so you can be notified when my new videos come out. So what are we talking about now? We're talking about the crypto prices. Despite a lot of the headwinds we've been talking about with inflation and interest rates, etc., there's a lot of other things going on though that are good for crypto. Bitcoin leading the way. We'll look at the Bitcoin dominance chart as well and what I see and when that may flip more toward altcoins. That's what we're interested in here as well with Doge and others and how they're going to trade as we go forward. But this is really on the backs of Bitcoin right now with the alts kind of following along. That's what we see happening in the markets, and I'll show you that as well. So let's go ahead and let's get to the news and the charts, and I'll show you what I'm looking at. So we'll start here with today's news from CoinJournal as BTC hits 31K as the SEC approves the first leveraged futures Bitcoin ETF. So what's this? We were just talking about ETFs with BlackRock and others. That was the run that we had earlier in this week. And now at the end of the week, we've got another run, which is based on this news. And this isn't just an application. This is approves. So this is going to start next week. And this is a futures Bitcoin ETF, not the same as a spot ETF, but it's good news. More people being able to get exposed to Bitcoin. That's right. And that will lead Bitcoin's price to continue to go up as they always have to have reserves, right? We always have to have reserves and buy more Bitcoin. That's what they'll be doing. We might see that with other institutions as well, buying Bitcoin. That's what we have here. And the Bitcoin price data suggests that the bulls will succeed in holding 30K as support. That's right, 30K as support. Now that we're over 30K, it'll be good to hold that. We'll show that on the charts in a minute. Inflation remains the biggest question mark. And that was going to continue on through the rest of 2023. We're going to see a lot of talk about this and what the Fed does in terms of interest rates. Are there going to be 2 more hikes of interest rates in the United States or not? We just saw UK hike rates this week because this inflation thing is still there. And will the United States slide into a slight recession right now? The numbers are looking okay where the GDP numbers aren't going to be down for 2 quarters in a row, which, well, that used to be what we called a recession here in the United States. They kind of changed the definition a bit. So don't think we're going to officially be in a recession, although I know a lot of us feel it already. But that's what's happening. Dogecoin, well, we've got Doge, other meme cryptos surge as well. Again, we see Bitcoin move first, and then we see the altcoins move, and we even had SHIB yesterday, and we had Doge today making moves. And yeah, Pepe made a move, and there's some other things going on as well. But this is all good going forward as we look at the price of Doge. So let's go ahead and let's start with the charts here. And what do we have? We've got the big scale. This is zoomed way out. This is looking at Bitcoin on a logarithmic chart. And what we have, and we've talked about these 4-year cycles that are based on the halving. And I'll show you that halving line in terms of Bitcoin dominance in a minute. But what we typically have is a series of not only the halvings every 4 years, but we have the highs, and then we have the lows, and the lows are these purple bars. And what happens after this purple bar is we go forward from late 2014 until late 2017. Okay, so we have this 3-year period from the low where we hit the next all-time high with the Bitcoin price. Happened again, late 2018, we had the low, and then late in 2021, we had the high. So that's what we would look for the next 4-year cycle going forward. And based on this logarithmic chart, we have hit the low back in November. That's right, November of 2022. So we would look for a high of Bitcoin's price somewhere between 120,000 and 200,000. Right now, that is the target. Again, this is if the last 4 years and the 4 years before are repeated again. This is what we would be looking at Bitcoin coming up to. That is that chart. And now if we look at Bitcoin dominance, because a lot of people are talking about this Bitcoin dominance chart coming up here, that is quite a bit. Now, what I've highlighted here with Bitcoin dominance is this 200-week moving average. What we had in the last run is we had a big run of Bitcoin dominance up to a point where it crossed over this blue line here, this 200-week moving average. And what happened then? Then the altcoins started making their move. Now, we did have a follow-up here in 2020 with Bitcoin making a second run, but then the altcoins just took over in 2021. So what are we seeing here right now in 2023? We're seeing Bitcoin dominance coming up close to the 200-week moving average. So in the next month or so, we could see that crossing over. Now, what do we have here? We've got the halvings. This is the halving year that happened in May of 2020. We have the next halving projected to be in April of 2024. So we look back an equal distance of time to when that crossover happened back here in 2019. And we're right there again in 2023. So if history repeats from the last 4 years, we could expect the Bitcoin dominance to start moving back down. So this is where some are saying of rotating Bitcoin maybe to altcoins happening. But we'll see how that plays out. What do we have for the Doge chart? Well, if we look in on the Doge chart and how we see the Doge chart trading right now, what we're looking at is 2 moves that we had this week. We had the first move here on Tuesday and then followed up by today. And on today, we had Doge come here and touch up right above 7 cents. Now has fallen back down a little bit to 6.85, but that's where Doge is trading. Here we look back and last Wednesday, we had Doge drop down just below 6 cents right there. So this is good trading for Doge. Again, Bitcoin made the move first, and then we had Doge follow. We also had SHIB follow as well. SHIB came up over 8, up to 8.4. Now just holding over 8 here, which is good for SHIB. See if SHIB holds above that line. That's what we're looking at. So overall, with the Dogecoin price and how it's trading going forward, we'll see again whether Doge can come back up, hit that 7 cent line, and then move on up. If Bitcoin is going to hold 30K and continue a move up, we'll see over the weekend trading. Probably not going to be a lot of volume over the weekend. We'll see. We're not going to get any more news about ETFs over the weekend or anything like that. But we'll see whether the weekend traders are going to prop Bitcoin up as well. So with all this excitement right now and good trading, we always have to look out for other dips, though, because there are some other big events that could happen that could sour the market a bit. And with crypto still being volatile as it is, we could see some other drops. But right now, it looks like our support is holding, and it would be good if we could just get up a little higher and give us a little more breathing room. Except for those of you that are still looking to buy lower dips, for those that were looking for 15, 16K Bitcoin or even lower, I don't think that's going to happen. And Doge, well, just a little bit ago, you had a chance for buying 5.9 cent Dogecoin. So if you weren't accumulating then, you might want to get on the bandwagon again. Not financial advice, but I've been rolling Bitcoin into some alts as what I've been doing, looking at a strategy as I see this Bitcoin dominance maybe turning to alts pretty soon as well. And there are some alts I just wanted to get into last week when the prices were low. And so that's what I was doing. Let me know in the comments below what you've been doing. You just holding? Are you buying? Are you looking to sell? We heard that the other day from some people that were kind of soured on Doge and just wanted to get out. But that's your call. Next week we'll be talking about the difference in price targets for Dogecoin and Bitcoin. We'll get into that next week, so look forward to that as well. Hey, give the video a like as well. Of course, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do. I appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.